So Trey Lance is strange. Yesterday you were there. He's 4-14. That's really bad. And he'll sail some passes in the flat toward the sideline today. 11-14.
Hit the back fence.
Yeah, man. It's like, what? You're a professional thrower of a ball. But then today's 11-14 with a drop. And he's just like super on point. And to me, I think this is a mechanical thing. We've seen him sort of drop his arm slot at times and almost look like he's throwing sidearm at times. And I think that's a problem. I think he needs to knock that off. Today, from my untrained eye, it looked like his elbow was higher. I played baseball. I pitched a little bit. And when you really got to throw a strike and you don't have confidence in your mechanics, you tend to drop your elbow and push the ball because you think it gives you more accuracy. But it compromises both accuracy and velocity. You don't want to do it. You can have a 3/4 release, but if your elbow has to be above your shoulder when you release the ball, otherwise you have no control over it. And I think that's a big thing for him. I feel like when he's not naturally confident in his accuracy. And when he's like, I gotta get this throw, you see him kind of drop down a little bit. I think you saw it on that 3rd and 9 that was a little bit high to Danny Gray on the sideline. It's fixable. It's fixable.
I compare it to this, Grant. I mean, I think it's an interesting baseball comparison. I think it's interesting that, like, what is the difference between the AA awesome future prospect in baseball pitcher as opposed to maybe the same guy who's like a 2 or 3 year veteran in the big leagues? Is that it's how regularly you can repeat your delivery. And I think that's what we're seeing with him. We're seeing an incredible talent with a great arm strength and all the measurables and all the intangibles as well. But what we're seeing is a guy that as the mechanics, because of the lack of reps, is not smoothed out yet. And so I agree with you. He doesn't fire balls into the turf. He really doesn't. Quarterbacks that are inaccurate do that. Yeah. They'll fire 2 or 3 into the turf in addition to his almost always are airmailed. Yep. So I think it is one of those things where there's so much torque and speed on his arm speed. And then if his elbow's low, the ball sails on him. Yep. And it's just a matter of mechanics and working it through and just reps. And he hasn't had that. So I think it smooths out over time. He also doesn't seem like the kind of guy that makes he's not making mental mistakes over and over again. Most of his mistakes seem like they're physical mistakes. Like Steve Young, most guys would say, you know what, this he's got a great arm, but man, he struggles with the process and he doesn't know where to go with the ball. Right. That's a huge problem. Steve Young told me the exact opposite. Hey, this guy does the mental reps. He knows where to go with the ball. He sees the play. He sees what Shanahan sees. Now it's just about the mechanics to get the ball there on time with accuracy time after time after time. So I think we're going to see it. We see it sporadically, but I think we're going to see it consistently more as he gains experience. That's my guess.
Yeah, and what I would say if I were his coach, I'm not, but as a throwing coach, I would say, dude, trust your mechanics. Because today you did, and you threw the way you were coached, and you looked really good. When you drop your elbow, you're not trusting your mechanics, and you're saying, "I gotta get this. I gotta be precise here." No, you are a precise, accurate thrower when you let it rip. You know, you can't baby it and push it. You gotta let it rip and trust it.
And we're seeing the opposite in Purdy because Purdy's the opposite. Yeah. Purdy's had tons of reps. Yeah. So his arm slot's always the exact same. Yeah. The ball comes out on time and it comes out accurately, but he doesn't have Lance's gifts, right? So if you could marry the two, you'd have like a incredible Pro Bowl caliber quarterback.
Look, I do think that Trey Lance can become an all-pro quarterback. He's just a terrific project. We all acknowledge this. And this is the next thing for him to work on. Like, just stop doing the sidearm thing. That's a bad habit. You didn't do it today. Look at how good your day was. Knock that off.